Hello everyone, it's Leah from Dime Culture. Today's video, as I'm sure you've already read in the video title description area, is about art journaling. This is the first video of a series that I'm going to be posting, and it's about art journaling. But before I go too ahead of myself and get into things and jumping from thought to thought, today I thought I would actually write down a script. Okay, so I air quoted the word script because it's not a script per se. More like I just wanted to make sure I said everything I wanted to say. And so I did write things down. Now, if you are a regular subscriber to me here at Dime Culture, you know I like to go with the flows for my voiceovers. I don't do a lot of editing, stopping. I pretty much just start discussing, instructing, keeping it true to my authentically weird-ish self. But I thought with today's video being the beginning of a new video series where I'm going to be working with you as we go down the art journaling path, it would be best for me to write it all out first. So I'm just going to start from the beginning of my thought process on this. When I was younger, journaling was something I did before bed to document my day. I would sit down and write as fast as I could, thinking that one day I would want to look back at these books and remember all of life's moments. Yeah, no. I've tried once in a while to go back and look at what I wrote. When I'm going through those phases, I'm sure you've all been through this phase as well, that I must clean and throw everything out phase. When you're looking at your stuff and you're just like, that's it, I'm getting rid of everything. That phase. Truth is that time in my life when I was journaling and writing everything down growing up, that time was for growing, for processing. Writing it all down was a great outlet for me. I don't need to look back at when I was 10 or 16 to remember. When I look at my old books, now what I see is how I was taking care of myself. I always had anxiety growing up. Back then, I wouldn't have called it anxiety. It was just how I was. It's how I am now. There were no words for it, as in I had no title to give my emotions. They just were my emotions. And expressing myself by writing it down, painting, taking photos, it helped me. As time went on though, as I got older, this idea of writing in a journal felt, childish. It felt like adults don't express themselves that way. They don't need to. And holy frack-ola, was I so wrong. Oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Young, naive Leah. Anyways, no matter our age, or where we are in our lives, or what we do as a profession, should be holding us back from helping ourselves. When you don't deal with anxiety or stress, ignoring it, there will be a cracking moment. Maybe you've had that moment already, or maybe you can feel it coming. No matter what, expressing yourself for self-healing can help. I've been through it. I've been there, I've done that, and I'm back at it because I did ignore my anxiety. I ignored my stress. I didn't take care of myself. I stopped journaling and creating art for self-healing. And I got back into it, and there is something very powerful about having art being a part of your life to help you process. And yeah, that's what this series is about. It's about helping you guys and also helping myself, for us to be doing this together. Now, you don't have to sit down every day and write an essay. You could spend time with the sketchbook, which is what we're going to be focusing on in this series. Sit down, put your favorite music on, grab your favorite tea, coffee, juice, pop, flavored water, whatever it is you want to drink. Grab it, have it with you, and then grab some art supplies and let your emotions out. There are numerous ways you could go about expressing yourself, working in an art journal, your sketchbook, and we're going to be working on that in this series. Today, I'm showing you one of my favorite ways and my favorite exercises, and that is to paint a floral pattern. There are so many different ways that you could go about creating a floral pattern. In this art journal entry, I went with a mixed media 5-petal flower type of pattern. The goal isn't to recreate an exact replica of an existing flower. The goal is to focus on one thing, clearing your mind, stopping the wheels from turning, and zenning out. Why I like creating floral patterns and why I'm starting with the florals as my first video for all of you is in this manner of creating it really gets me out of my head, basically. So by creating floral patterns, I'm getting outside of my head. During this time, I'm not thinking about huge projects that need to be done or rehashing conversations I was a part of. You know those conversations, those moments. I know I'm not the only one that, replays things over in my head. I know you do it too, and it's okay. This time, this art journal process is to turn all of that off. I'm focusing on something that soothes me, and that's flowers. Now, I've always said I wasn't an outdoors person because the outdoors don't like me, which is true. If there is a bug out there with teeth, it will bite me. If I'm outside with my friends, my family, and there are mosquitoes, I'll be the one that's itchy the next day. The sun even hates me. Instead of burning my pale skin, it likes to give me a rash. I mean, come on. But when I'm outside, surrounded by flowers, I can hear the wind. And everything starts to get quiet. I actually do like the outside, the great outdoors, nature. Nature just doesn't like me. So I watch her from afar majority of the time. When I'm painting these floral patterns, I'm channeling that quietness from the outside during this time. And I want you to too. Your flowers don't have to be fancy. Remember, this time is for you to work on yourself, to give your mind a rest and to feed your soul. You could use colors that reflect your emotions. You could use colors that you've seen in your own garden or colors that you saw outside last. Heck, if you only have one set of colors, use your favorite ones from that set. Don't overthink the color process. For these flowers, I went to my favorite pink and I mixed some greens. And I did it very basic. I used my favorite colors to do it. Don't think, just act. Now, where are you going to park your bottom to actually dedicate some time to working in your art journal? Because location does matter. If you're able to sit near a window or and work in your art journal, that's great. If you can get outside and work there, that may be even better for you. If you're only able to find time to sit down at the end of the day and the sun is gone, that's okay too. Because how do you solve that problem? Simple. You grab a lamp. You put on your favorite summer tunes. Those songs that get you dancing? The ones you sing in the car when nobody's around? Those songs. And the important thing is that you are sitting in an environment that feels comfortable. If you're comfortable sitting at your desk, sit there, do it. If you're comfortable sitting on your bed, in the corner with some pillows, laying on the ground, tummy down, legs flaring in the air, Get comfortable. This time is for you. Personally, I like to sit near a window. I put on my headphones. I blast my current favorite playlist that I'm listening to on Spotify, and I forget about everything around me. I tune out all that noise, the external and the internal. Here's a tip I want to share with you about creating your pattern. Odd numbers are better than even. When you're putting your flowers down, there doesn't have to be a set number of flowers you're putting in, but I found that by keeping it an odd number, it allows for there to be a flow. It allows for you to find space for putting in your petals or adding in any other details that you may want to put in there. If you are the type of person that does have a problem with having odd numbers, like everything must be even, that's okay. You do you. You put in the same amount of flowers, the same amount of leaves. You do what makes you feel comfortable. Also, don't be afraid to go overboard with your flowers, your petals, your leaves, the details you put into your work. Let go, express, have fun. Let it all out on this page. I mean, if you're feeling anger, and you want to do some flowers because you're feeling, you just want to put it down, your flowers don't have to be round, bubbly flowers like these ones. They could be sharper flowers. Plop down your paintbrush, dab it down, create a pattern out of that, and create leaves from it. Create whatever you can. It's about, I keep saying it, it's about zenning out. You want to feed your soul by letting go, creating, feeding into those emotions by letting them out. You don't want to keep them in. You don't want to bottle them up. If during this process of creating the flower pattern, you actually have words, emotions, a moment you want to document, grab your pen and write it down as well. Don't feel limited to just doing this flower pattern. Put words on top, put words underneath. Maybe you want to do your writing first. Maybe you actually like spending time sitting down and writing out that moment, whatever happened this week or this day that really bothered you or made you feel anxious or was something that was amazing that happened. Your art journaling doesn't have to be because you had a bad day or you're going through a blah emotional moment. It could be your art journaling for a happy thing. You could be excited. You could be feeling great. You still need to be art journaling, okay? Happy, sad, angry, whatever emotions you're feeling. Sit down. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So what I was saying was just sit down and process your emotions, process it through your creative creations, through your art journaling. This will help you not just in the moment of creating something, but also in the long term. Your emotional and mental health, it's life impacting. It affects you in ways you least expect it. You might be holding something in and letting that anxiety build up over time. And then one day you have a panic attack and you don't know why you're having one. Because I know I've done that. So, just process it through. Because art journaling, let me just say this first. Art journaling isn't a cure-all, but it does help. I know it's helped me so much since I've gotten back into it and having it a part of my life. When I start feeling the pressure, I make sure I find time to take care of myself and I sit down and I create something. When I'm starting to feel anxious in a moment and I can't, go home and whip out my art supplies, I always have something on me, like a journal or a notebook now, and some pens, some pencils, something I can create with, and I make sure at least I doodle in that time. But this illustration here is for those days when you have the time to sit down, dedicate it to yourself, and take care of yourself. All right, so we are nearing the end of the video, and I just want to say thank you so much for, being a part of this video and being a part of the dime culture, the community we're creating here. And I really hope that this art journaling series helps you find ways that you can sit down and spend some me time taking care of yourself. Now, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And, if you really are into learning more about this or having activities to help you, hit that subscribe button. Because here at Dime Culture, what I do is I will do some product reviews, but the majority of what this is going to be is just art projects that you can be doing yourself at home to help you deal with your anxiety and stress. And if you have any comments or questions, definitely don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section below, and I will make sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Disclaimer here for everyone out there. This is a safe space community here at Dime Culture, so definitely feel safe to, say what you want to say, but also remember, safe space means be kind and no negativity against others, okay? Thank you so much for that. And thank you for watching this video. Until next time, everyone, stay magical. Secret announcement time, just for you, my YouTube subscribers. Starting June, via my website, dimeculture.com, if you subscribe to my mailing list, you will start receiving every month a free activity or template. So then that way you definitely have something that you can do every month during your me time. And those activities will also coincide with a video I'll post here on YouTube. But if you subscribe to my mailing list, you'll actually get the template and some step-by-step activities depending on what that month's theme is. So yeah, thank you so much for watching to the end, and I can't wait until our next video. Bye!